In this demonstration, we're going to be looking at the EIGRP routing protocol. Currently, R1 has been configured with the EIGRP routing protocol, and it's advertising two connected networks, the 192.168.1.0 network and the 192.168.2.252 network. Router R3 has its interfaces configured, but does not have the EIGRP routing protocol configured yet. I'm connected to R3 from PCC, and I have a console connection to the router. Let's configure the EIGRP routing protocol so that the two routers communicate with each other and establish a neighbor adjacency. Once this has happened, the network will have converged and both routers will know about all of the networks. I have a console connection to router R3. Let's log in, type the enable password. I'll issue a show IP route command, and you can see that router R3 knows of its 192.168.2.252 network, and it also knows about its connected network 192.168.3.0, but it has not learned about the 192.168.1.0 network attached to router R1. Once we configure the EIGRP routing protocol, we should learn about this network. I'll issue a configure terminal command, and now let's configure the EIGRP routing protocol. Router EIGRP and then the AS number 1. And now we need to provide the networks that we wish to advertise. Network 192.168.3.0 and the wildcard mask, and network 192.168.2.252 and the wildcard mask 0.0.0.3. Right away, we're given a notification message. Here is the diffusing update algorithm dual informing us that EIGRP IP version 4, we now have a neighbor at 192.168.2.253 coming off of our serial 0/0/0 interface, and it's a new adjacency. Issue the exit command, and then the exit command again, and now I'll issue a show IP route command again, and we should see the 192.168.1.0 network, and there it is. You can see here 192.168.1.0. You can see the D at the beginning that stands for dual, the EIGRP algorithm. the administrative distance of 90 indicating EIGRP, and the metric. Let's issue a few more show commands. I'll type show IP EIGRP neighbor, and there's our EIGRP neighbor, router R1 at 192.168.2.253. Hold time, the hold time is 15 seconds, so this will go from 15 to 10 and back again as hello packets are sent every 5 seconds. Let's issue a show IP EIGRP topology command, and there is the EIGRP topology table. You can see we have the 3 network, the 2.252 network, and the 1.0 network. All 3 networks are in the passive state because all of the networks are functioning and we're maintaining an active adjacency with router R1. But if we were to lose connectivity to one of these networks, then the network would move to the active state, meaning actively looking for a replacement route to that network. You can see that each one of these networks has a successor route, which is the best route to the network, the feasible distance, which is 28,160. There are no feasible successor routes because we do not have any backup routes to these networks. There's only one way to get to the one network. Let's see if we can capture the EIGRP routing protocol sending hello packets in real time. I'll open the program Wireshark. In the filter field, I'll type in EIGRP and press apply. Now I'll select my NIC and press start. We should see some hello packets coming from router R3. And there we have it. You can see source address 192.168.3.1. This is router R3. Multicasting to address 224.0.0.10, EIGRP hello packets. You can also see that the packets by the timestamp show that they're being sent every 5 seconds. You can see here 2, 7, 12, 16, 21, 26. This is the EIGRP routing protocol, multicasting hello packets, and having them reach the PCC on its network interface. Let's try running a debug command and see if we can get some more detailed information from the dual finite state machine algorithm that EIGRP uses. I'll put in the command debug EIGRP, a space, and then a question mark. And you can see we have these debugging options available to us. Let's try debug EIGRP FSM for finite state machine. I'll hit enter, and you can see now that EIGRP finite state machine debugging is on. Now what I want to do is I want to go over to router R1 and shut down the serial interface. And we can see as EIGRP loses the connection to its neighbor R1 and routes are lost, and EIGRP will have to put those routes into an active state as it searches for replacement routes. To do this, I'll open the program PuTTY and establish a telnet session to router R1. You can see here I've put in the IP address, the port is port number 23, and I've selected telnet as the connection type. I'll click open, and you can see I'm prompted for a password. I'll put it in, type enable, and put in the enable password, and you can see I now have a connection to router R1. I'll type conf-t interface serial 0/0/1, and now if I type in a shutdown command here, we will lose connection to router R1 and our EIGRP neighbor will be lost. At that point, we should see the debugging information coming across because we've turned on debug EIGRP finite state machine, and the EIGRP dual finite state machine will have lost the routes from the missing neighbor EIGRP router. So I'll type shutdown, and you can see right away the information as the dual finite state machine algorithm has lost the networks 192.168.2.252 and the network 192.168.1.0. You can see that no routes, flushing destination. We can take a look at the routing table and see that we've lost the one network and the 192.168.2.252 network by the serial connection going down. We can also issue a show IP EIGRP topology command, and you can see that we only have one passive network in our topology table. To bring these networks back up, I'll have to actually physically remove the console cable from router R3, attach it to router R1, put in the password, get to global configuration mode, enter interface serial 0/0/1, type in the no shutdown command, and then switch the console cable back to R3. And you can see as soon as I put the console cable back into R3, EIGRP, the dual algorithm, has installed the 192.168.10 network. I'll do a show IP EIGRP topology command, and you can see that the networks are now back.